Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody, to another night of League of Legends excitement. I am Rudy, joined here in the caster's booth by Rioklu. Rioklu, how you doing tonight?
Good, good, Excited to see this game, of course.
Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty pumped myself. This is what a wrap up to week 4. So nearing the end of the season, those who are curious can see Calvert's thoughts on how the season will shake out in I don't know, maybe posted in TCL content, but looking at some end of season tournament predictions. Tonight's game has a few implications. Not expected to shake too much up if things continue on their previous trend lines, but if Jiri manages to pull out an upset, well, that really does throw things into a bit of a kerfuffle, and we could end up with some interesting tiebreak scenarios. But that doesn't matter right now. All that matters is the two teams that are on the Rift squaring off. We have Golden Retriever Energy, captained by Abarn, versus what is their name even?
Historically non-toxic.
Historically non-toxic, which is exceptionally ironic looking at the players who are on that team, which I'm sure is why they chose it. Captained by technically Tony, but in all actuality, Calbert. Yeah, what do you got in mind? What are you looking at tonight? What are you curious to see?
Um, I'm curious to see how GRE will perform. I mean,
Hmm.
we have technically currently the last place team versus the first place team.
This is true. Winless versus undefeated.
So yeah, I'm just looking to see what Abarn's team's gonna pull out of their hats.
Yeah, I think we'll see some excitement, some creative picks. I'm curious how much HNT will let the undefeated streak they've been on go to their heads. See if they get a little cocky with some of the picks. Maybe try to have too much fun because say what you want about Abarn, but the man does know how to pilot a team. I've been on the map with him yelling in my ear where to be and when to be there, and he's managed to pull out victories with little resources in the past. So excited to see what he might be able to do. But honestly, if I'm looking at this squad, I feel like what we need to see is something we haven't seen a ton of from GRE yet this year, and that is some leads from the bot lane. I mean, we have Blood and Speedy, two historic TCL players who have between them I don't even want to count, like probably 16 seasons worth of TCL experience and pretty high ranked duo as well. But I haven't seen them do much with all that experience, and I don't want to say washed, but where have they been this season?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, okay, I'll be really honest. I definitely recall their last series.
Hmm.
Blood played pretty well, even though like the team was overall behind. Stuff I feel like maybe if they shift the focus, maybe J Bob shifts the focus to bot lane, and Speedy plays a support he's more comfortable, and he did not look very comfortable in Janna. I think I think Blood could get fed and get ahead, and possibly, honestly, carry the team. I do see that as a possibility.
Yeah. I mean, I think if that is what it comes down to, or sorry, that is what it will come down to, is a lead from this bot lane. I mean, I don't know a lot about the state of the game. I show up and play my games each week, but ADC doesn't seem like it's in the strongest position it's ever been in.
It's not.
Um, yeah,
It's really
yeah, it
not.
seems to be what I hear. So tough to carry through bot lane alone. Bans are starting to come in. I mean, I think that Spurg's gotten at least one MVP shot this year and probably has deserved a couple more. Like his Bard and his Poppy are things of nightmares for enemy teams. The man is just so comfortable on those champions, and if I was Abarn's squad, I'd definitely be looking to target there. But ripping out of the gate with the Silas ban, targeting that at Calbert, I'd imagine, because where's Silas go nowadays except for mid?
Well, if you're my team, he can go three different places.
Yeah,
So
fair enough, fair enough. And I'm sure on my team, IREP could play him top, and IREP can play anything top. Man is good at that. Flipping it back over though, just in case anybody on the stream is confused, that is the sacrifice ban from Red Side due to some player integrity violations, we'll call them, from the ADC Chuck. Historically non-toxic turned into historically recently toxic earlier this week, and as such, they have forfeited their first ban in the first game.
as they say, history repeats itself.
And it looks like they're willing to go the extra mile and give up all of their bans. Chat asking what happened. I'm not going to get into it on stream unless I get pissed off at Chuck later. So hang out, and maybe as the night goes on, I'll give you more details. Who knows? Just going to dangle that to keep the viewer retention up. I'm pretty sure they only had to give up 1 ban, but
Yeah.
this might be some of that cockiness that I was talking about, or maybe they're self-punishing. You know, self-flagellation is not uncommon in the world.
Okay, so I like these bans. So
Yeah,
the Lux ban is something I've literally thought. I don't know why everyone gives Calbert Lux. He obviously knows how to play that champion, and he always does really well. So it's like just ban her. You know what I mean?
yeah, you can ban it, but also like it's a champion that Bovie plays too, and your blue
That's true.
side, you could just first pick it. So
That's fair.
I mean, they must have something else in mind for Sauce if they're banning out the Lux, because I think that's. I'll be honest with you, Rioklu. I haven't watched every single game this year, but he played it against my team and managed to stay relatively safe. But they just ripped the Pantheon off the bat. That could go either Speedy or J-Bob or A-Barn. I doubt that's going to go mid, although Pantheon is not unheard of in certain matchups. But, okay, Blitzcrank, it is for Spurg. Ripping off the crank, starting on the bat. Starting off the bat, apologies. Pairing with the Tristana, very aggressive bot lane coming through.
Yeah.
Very aggressive.
I wonder where this Pantheon will go. I'm very curious.
I'm gonna be okay. I think it's the Swain Pantheon bot lane. There you go. That's my guess. Blood and Speedy Swain Pantheon. Beautiful thing. I think it's gonna be Blood on Pantheon. The man is known for that champion. It's gonna be an ADC Pantheon, but it's gonna be a farming Swain. That's my guess.
You ever notice how many people in this current season play Pantheon? It's a lot.
I mean, who doesn't play Pantheon nowadays? The champion's busted. Okay, Morgana as well. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder. Never mind.
Morgana.
I'll save that musing for later. Could be Morg mid. Could be Morg jungle. Morg jungle's technically a thing. They buffed her W on Monster Camps, what, like 2 seasons ago? Pretty nasty gank if that 3-second bind hits, you know?
I will say there could be some crazy tech where it's like Blitzcrank jungle.
If they go Blitzcrank jungle, I think they might be going a little bit too far.
This is crazy. They're just not banning anything.
They're sacrificing all their bans. You know what? I think that is the least they could do to still have Chuck in this league after his history of toxicity. So I'm not yelling about it. Banning out the Rumble as well. So I'm guessing they don't think Tony's going to play Blitz, Trista, Morgana. Fair enough. But honestly, at this point, I wouldn't be willing to bet very much money at all where anything on the board is going except the Tristana. Although I guess that
what if she's Trist mid?
Yeah, that could go mid too. So who knows?
I will tell you though,
Literally,
as someone who's played against Calbert's Tristana, it's not that great. It's not that great.
Yeah, you don't like Calbert's Tristana? Tell me more about how terrible it is. Please,
I mean,
Calvert.
I've played against it, so I know it's it's not the best, but you know what? Something I've learned about Calvert is that he can make a lot of things work, and honestly, I don't even know what his pull is. So
yeah, I mean, the guy's pretty flexible. I think historically he's in one-trick ADC, but last few seasons I don't want to say one-trick, but I know Jin was his preferred champion on ADC. He's really opened it up recently. Mordekaiser, I mean, if I had to venture a bet, it should be top, but who knows? Who knows what they're doing with their picks? I'm going to call something wild, and I'm going to bet that Gragas is their last pick. They're going to go 4 AP. That's what they're doing here.
I just want to know where this Blitzcrank is going.
I mean, it's going to go support, right? It's going to go support. I hope it doesn't, but it's going to go support.
What if it's Blitzcrank mid?
That's phenomenal. I hope it is. And also, that's really, really rude.
AP Blitz is a thing. I have no idea.
Okay, say it's a thing. Like, it doesn't just doesn't have ratios on its Qs. It's not a thing that anybody plays. And
they have left the lobby.
A-Barn disconnected. I wonder if it was a misclick on the Shen, but I think you have to stick it, don't you? Whatever. We'll get A-Barn invited and jump back into Champ Select. It's not like we have a late start anyway. Interesting strategy from blue side, trying to ice out the other team. Everyone bear with us as we get back in order here. You know, it'd be really nice if we didn't have to wait 30 seconds on each of the bans that Team 2 is going to skip.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no, it's fine. We'll get there. Also, Lyle is level 702. That seems exceptionally high. Like, I don't have a good baseline. Just looking at the rest of the lobby, though, my god, that man has played a lot of League of Legends.
Yeah, I'm only level like 694, and I've been playing League for over 10 years.
Yeah, but like, when did they actually introduce? It used to be hard capped at 30, right? Isn't
Oh,
that
that's
the thing?
true. That's true.
Yeah. So it's really just how much League have you played in the last like 3 years or something? Maybe 4. I don't know.
Yeah, Crudian's like 1,000 something.
Okay,
That's true.
that's disgusting.
Let me go see. I'm
Okay,
curious now.
let's run it, everyone. Let's get back in here. I'm running out of things to talk about. Give me the content.
He's a
There
level
we
1,200. Wow.
1,200.
You were just like Hippo said. That's crazy.
Okay,
I had to look it up because I couldn't believe it.
We're gonna rip through these bands and have a nice 20-second gap in between each. Okay, so I think we saw what? We saw Shen, Jarvan, and Swain Pantheon. If things were traditional, it could definitely be a Swain mid. That's a pretty like classic, safe mid lane pick. Easy enough to farm with your Q, right? You have setup. You get tanky because you're buying all the AP health items, so you can't get blown up instantly, assuming the other team's not ridiculously fed. So it could be something safer for Sauce to pick and farm up into the game. Also, not something you have to worry about too much on positioning wise, staying on the edge of fights, because as I said, you tend to stack up that HP pool. So
Right.
if let's pretend they're going traditional, right? And that's a J-Bob. No, actually it was a Jarvan too. So
Wait.
Pantheon top, no, because there was a Shen. They're definitely going something non-traditional. Why
They
was
didn't
there a
pick-
Cassiopeia locked in? That was supposed to be a
Guys, what are we doing?
Guys, get your shit together. Okay.
One of them needs to leave. Like, one of the supports. What?
You stick in the cast pick? That's not a...
Well,
that's
no,
not
we can't do that. They already picked their comms. Like,
I mean, the cast could have been their last pick.
no, but they should have picked an order of like
I think they're
Blitzcrank.
just picking their champions as to who's playing them right now. I agree that they're doing it incorrectly, but my god, I'm sorry, chat. Everyone bear with us. We're trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Because the other, what was the other? It was Pantheon and then Shen, right? I think, yeah. I think it's just because Blue Side technically had all their picks locked in that they felt okay doing that. Because, yeah, I bet they're just picking to the role right now so they don't have to swap around, which means it's going to be a cast top, more jungle, Morgana mid.
Okay, but then what happens if we don't see Blitzcrank and Tristana?
If we don't see Blitz Tristana, then it's a forced remake because they didn't pick things correctly. But we did see all 5 champions from Blue Side, which is likely, yeah, I would almost get, yeah, we did.
We did it.
Yeah, we saw Shen and...
Yeah.
Was Shen a mispick? Is that why we made the lobby?
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Well, I hope nothing got accidentally banned that they were planning on playing. FF. Okay. Whatever. Everyone bear with us. We'll figure this out eventually. Guff.
Okay, I talked to the commissioner. It's fine.
As long as they pick Blitzcrank last, who really cares? It shouldn't change anything too much.
Yeah, I mean, A-Barn gave the green light.
Okay.
So what else can I say about it?
I mean, hey, if he's good with it, who cares? He's both. We'll call him the commissioner emeritus right now. Okay, so the Shen was a mispick. They locked in the Blitzcrank. There we go. And it's a Cassiopeia top. That's fun.
Wow, they're really taking the toxic to the name, but
Yeah. So I mean, I like the Mundo pick into Cass. As long as you survive those early levels and don't get kited with the range melee.
I mean, I love the Mundo into this team. It's heavy AP.
That's a great point too. Mundo is a terrifying champion right now. I think he's gonna have some trouble stacking up his Heartsteel on the Cassiopeia, which is a bit not exactly what you want. But you know, we'll have to see how A-Barn does with it. So as we hit our caster delay here, Hippo, let me know if you want me to do the poll in the Twitch chat, or you can take care of that. Okay, so Rioklu, tell me about these teams while I get a poll set up for our viewers at home. Tell me your vibes. What are your thoughts?
H&T's team is honestly way easier to play. Truthfully. But GRE, they have a lot of pick potential, a lot of high damage. So, they could definitely make things happen. But I mean, cast scales really well. Like Mordekaiser, I mean, you saw Control Destroy, or you might have seen Control Destroy on it. Also,
Yeah,
that champ is just disgusting. Like, I just the fact that you can remove someone from the team, like just literally just take them away, is like a crazy ability to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 100%. Definitely something to watch out for. Mordekaiser, terrifying. I think not as good in the jungle as is in top lane. Somebody who has played a lot of Mordekaiser, and by that I mean I've played 2 games of it all time, both of them on stream, so pretty fun. But what's the interaction when Mordekaiser ults Mundo when his spell shield is up? Does it fizzle the ult and just put it on like a 10-second cooldown or something?
I'm pretty sure,
I
like,
don't think it eats the whole cooldown for some reason. Okay. Yeah, I think it
so it
doesn't
just
go
eats
on
it.
its. I don't think it goes on its full cooldown, though.
It
I think
just
it
eats
goes on
it
a
then.
shorter one.
It just eats it.
Okay. I don't know why I think that's wrong, but I think that's wrong. We'll find out. Okay, but I was right though. Swain Pantheon bot lane. I just got them switched around as to who's playing what. I thought it'd be Blood on the Pantheon. That man has done some disgusting things on that champion in the past against the Tristana Blitzcrank Spurg. Probably one of the best roaming supports in the league right now. Of course, he's been on things that are easier to roam on like Bard, but Blitzcrank's a playmaker. If you hit that hook, if you don't, you're kind of just standing there pretty useless. So excited to see what he gets up to. Also, everyone, the prediction is live in the chat. If you're curious to go eat those fake internet points, help yourself. Morgana in the mid lane, probably one of the more passive picks that we've seen Calvert on all year. Curious to see what he can get done with it. And wow, you are not kidding. Like AP on the top side, mid jungle, top, all magic resist early is a ton of value. Just buy those Merc Trez and coast through some of these fights in the early mid game here. Swain Pantheon though, I have to imagine pretty easy to chain that CC. If Blitzcrank does miss that hook or Tristana's jump is on cooldown, should be some explosive action. Then Brand in the mid lane, classic stuff from Bovie. Lost in the sauce, looking to just push those waves and be able to face roll during the fights. Don't have to worry too much about mechanics when your spells take care of it themselves.
Right. I mean, if I was Chuck, I'd be scared to play in this ball lane. Like, because they want to get you into them.
Hmm. Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
and Tristana's a short ranged 80 carry, and she's supposed to go in. So it's just like, I hate it here. And you can't freeze the wave either with her.
Hmm. No,
So,
auto pushes with the what's the W passive, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just her passive.
Is it just her general passive? Okay, that's fine. I don't actually play ADCs. You know this about me. I don't think I've played a single game of Tristana in my life. Looking at summoner spells for a minute, is Ghost what you were supposed to take on Mordekaiser, and I just didn't know that when I played it?
Um,
Or is it just a preference pick? Ghost
I think
versus
that's
Flash
a
on the Morty?
preference. I'm pretty sure I rather take Flash.
Okay. Yeah, because I know you can do like Q Flash and stuff like that to close the gap.
Flash is just one of like the strongest summoner spell. It's really rare you don't want to take that.
Sure. I
So,
mean, we
but
see two
again,
people
it could
start
be just
Flash playing
Lyle
it for a reason.
preference.
Yeah, Lyle has that preference, then Mundo also on the Ghost. Makes a bit more sense. Guy doesn't have any gap closes. If you miss that cleaver, you need some way to close the distance so you can be more than just a body with an HP pool, right? That all tracks logically. Trying to see if there's anything else interesting to call out. Not really. We see the Ghost on Swain as well. Means we are evenly matched in TPs, 2 for each team. And yeah, that's about what there is to see here. So let's jump into it then. Who do you think is going to win game one? What's your prediction?
I mean, I am leaning to H&T.
Yeah, what do you like about their comp?
It's
I
just a
feel like,
really like
yeah, go ahead.
it's just a really proper front to back.
Is it a proper front to back without a
I
single tank?
mean, Mordekaiser and Blitzcrank kind of fulfill that.
Neither of them
So
have tanks. Yes, I agree. Mundo's driving the car is phenomenal. Also, that's a
it's
great
amazing.
promo for that skin. We love the pink jacket. Take. We do see the invade coming in. Great ward by Blood here, immediately backing off, playing at a safe distance. Playing against... Oh, okay. Double wards, boys. Look at that. 10 gold lead for the other side. What
Of
are they going to do
course.
to cover that gap? I have no
An
idea.
invade.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't they? Obviously, blue is well clear of that jungle. Nothing for them to find. At the same time, excuse me, I'm sorry. Abarn does what any smart topsider is going to do, and it's going to drop, oh, excuse me, his own ward to get a read on that Mordekaiser. Figure out where he starts. We see the back start to channel, so everyone can return to their proper places. That invade will come to nothing as camps spawn here in about 20 seconds. Looks like both Mord and Jarvan will be starting on their bot side, so if we see any action, it'll be around 340 at the top lane scuttle, assuming everyone does the pretty standard 6 camps into looking around that we've come to expect from the junglers in this league.
I mean, I don't know how fast Mordekaiser clears in comparison to Jarvan.
It'll be slightly slower, but like literally 5 seconds if they're doing it efficiently. I focused a lot on the efficiency that first clear this year. I actually wanted to practice, so I was pretty proud of myself.
Proud of you.
Thank you, thank you. Don't let anybody say I didn't try this season. I'm just not good. I'm just adding everybody on my team with that one, except for Braille. Shout out my boy Braille.
Shout out Braille.
Yeah. So next question I got for you, Rioklu. Where's first blood gonna be? Who's gonna die first?
It's gonna be bot lane.
Bot lane? Okay, who?
I don't know. This is too hard. There's 4 possibilities.
There's literally no downside to guessing wrong, other than
but I could look like a fool. I could look like a fool.
Yeah, but like, who cares? Who are you trying to impress out here? Who are you trying to impress? Who's gonna die first? Tell me now before you get more information.
Oh my god. Okay, Chuck. We're just gonna say it.
Chuck's gonna die first. Okay, I'm on board with that. I'm good with Chuck dying first. It's gonna have to be in the 2v2. We've seen a couple of different skill shots landing here. Okay, Calvert is just peppering sauce with Qs at the moment. That's the second Q into pool we've seen him eat, but doing an okay job staying even on farm here as the waves even out. Bot lane, nothing much to talk about yet. Cassiopeia stacking up that tier so quickly in this matchup. What's it stacked at? 360 nowadays? Is that right?
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Already a sixth of the way there. 360. Wow, I'm so good at this game. I know everything.
Looks like
throwing those.
Yeah. Lyle's gonna make it a scuttle first.
Lyle is gonna make it to scuttle first, right around 330 or 340, which is exactly what I predicted. Wow. Efficiency of clear, everyone. Start kiting those camps. We'll be able to take that. Jarvan's gonna walk in here. Might be a smite fight. Both of them do still have their second smites up. Lyle, nope, just gonna smite it and walk away. Definitely gonna spot out J-Bob right there. Looking for the 2v2 tussle in the top as Years goes in a little bit. But Mundo walking forward does pop that ghost. J-Bob here. Years does have flash. Gonna look to flash the EQ. Abarn kiting out. Oh, but no, does not dodge in time. Years goes down. Tony takes a tumble. Abarn a little caught out here. Does not have flash recall. J-Bob doing his best, but Calvert on the roam up to follow. This could be 2 deaths, but nope. Flag and drag to safety. Leaves Abarn looking to teleport out.
Oh my gosh.
Does manage to make it. Teleporting all the way back to his inhibitor turret. So with that teleport blown, Cassiopeia is teleporting back to lane right now. Another teleport to the mid lane. Everyone just zip-zapping all over the map. Really heads up play by Calvert that doesn't result in anything. But in the bot lane, jump forward, trying to pin him under turret. Hook goes through, does pull him up for a second. Bloodbath and beyond. Chuck flashing out. Speedy flashing to follow. One more auto from the Pantheon should do it. There it is. Forward, keeping the fight going. E should be back up in 1 second. Yep, there it is from the Swain. Jumps on, keeps the chain stun, and Spurg has to flash out. Oh, the spear narrowly misses, but Blood gets hooked under turret, drops him in. Speedy might have a chance to actually finish it off with Spurg sticking around. He's probably going to throw this empowered spear here, see if he can't snipe it out. He does not. Spurg has a brain and realizes that's coming. Despite the W, Lyle might be looking to walk in here. Spurg going to stay around as a bait, is pinging his way forward. Speedy and Blood need to be careful here if they're not going to die. Lyle, oh, but it doesn't matter about the bait. Turns out you baited yourself. The spear does get thrown forward. Pantheon securing that 3rd kill and the first of the feats. And my goodness, Jiri off to a great start so far.
Wow, I love this for them. Okay, so I was almost right. Like, Tony died first and then Chuck. I was very close.
And then Chuck, you know what? We'll take that. We'll take it.
We'll take it. I didn't expect the cousin. You know, I should have known better. The cousin synergy top. You know,
I didn't expect Tony to just die when they saw Jarvan walking into his lane.
right.
Like, the man was thirsting for that kill. Felt like a pretty unnecessary death to me, but it happened.
It did.
We do
But,
see
yeah.
what's expected out of that top lane at the moment, which is A-Barn start to fall behind in CS. It's a tough matchup there. One thing you can say about Tristana, like, she's going to be pushing. She's going to get plates. First plate does drop there. Plates, man. What a mechanic. You really just so much gold. Speedy's got to be careful here. Spurg's going to hook him out as they go onto this board. But, I mean, Tristana's not there, so Spurg's kind of just doing this thing by his damn self at the moment. Takes a lot of chunk damage. Nobody really in the area to respond if Speedy wants to keep chasing this. Is going to get that down. Q should be back up in a second here.
Wow.
He hits it. Another kill for Speedy. Not quite a solo because I do believe this.
Ooh, something on top side.
But yeah, A-Barn looking to close it. He does have the level 6 advantage onto Lyle. Lyle trying to fight this out. He's going to pick up his caustic charge, but looking to just pop that ult and run away. But J-Bob's in on a double stun from the cast. A-Barn's going to drop down. J-Bob having to flash over the wall and get out. Years says, I have not had enough flashing after. Drops the pink ward to maintain vision. J-Bob praying on that flag and drag. Barely comes up, but not in time. And that last, what's it, like Twin Fang or something like that, whatever he is.
Yeah, that's
follows.
what it's called.
Yeah, thank you.
Got it.
I played this game, like, more than you imagine when I think about the fact that I've been playing for so long. They look to go forward. They jumped in here, but, like, Speedy's right back, and they know that there's no junglers in the area. They committed way too hard onto Blood there, thinking that Speedy was out of the play. But Blood managed to sidestep every single CC there, and Chuck dies for a second time this game. 4-0 bot lane against the 0-4 at the moment. The 2v2 is going well in the favor of GRE right now. Looking to pick up another one under turret.
Yeah, I mean, this is just really rough for
Yeah,
them.
okay. This
Like,
is a good warm-up for me. As I said, I haven't done play-by-play in a while, so get some action early before the stuff starts.
No, you're good. I just meant, like, it's really rough for, like,
no,
H&T bot.
No, I know you weren't talking about me. Don't worry. That's not what I meant at all by that.
Yeah, I'm not like most of the TCL players.
Yeah. No, I think that, yes, you are not like most of the TCL players who struggle to sell TCL in the best of cases. First Dragon is picked up for GRE, using that early lead, that prio that their bot lane has managed to earn through just hard work and determination and just extremely aggressive plays by Speedy, hitting those spears. So yeah, I mean, thing could ask for much of a better early game here. And honestly, hey, something we haven't seen yet this season, Bobby is lost in the sauce mid lane, has a farm lead right now.
Let's go!
Hell yeah, Bobby, do that shit. Hell yeah.
We love an underdog. We love an underdog.
I mean, the man became a father and realized that there's more to life than playing League of Legends. You can't blame him for that.
He's really winning at life. He's really winning at life.
Hey, he's a kid. I have a cat. Who's winning?
I mean, to each their own, you know?
To each their own. I do have a cat because I'm not capable of taking care of a kid. Well, that's one of the reasons, but that's definitely a reason.
There's no problem. I mean, for some people, like, you know, their pets are their kids. So
I don't really subscribe to that philosophy. I consider myself more of my cat's, like, personal assistant.
Oh, I mean, that's fair.
She just sits around at home all day and gets whatever she wants. Like, I mean, I've always said that if I could be reincarnated as an animal, I'd love to come back as a house cat. Because can you imagine a more luxurious life? Like, you can just be mean to everybody and say, oh, it's just the cat doesn't like you. Ha ha ha. That means it likes you or something silly like that, you know? Versus, like, if you're an aggressive dog, you get put down. The cat's just going to sit around all day and nap. That sounds lovely. That sounds lovely. Okay, enough about my personal philosophy. Where are we at on this game? Objective timers. Grubs are up. We do see Lyle starting them up right now. Should be able to take them extremely quickly. Mordekaiser kind of clears those. Calbert hovering the top side. Will rip the third one down, which means in terms of feats of warfare, it looks like they're 1-to-1 on objectives. First turrets, nothing's really endangered at the moment. Obviously, first feat did go over to the side of GRE. With the first to 3 kills, so looking out for the first turret to fall or 3 objectives to be taken. So I think it's probably going to come down to the turret. I don't imagine we're going to go 10 minutes without a turret falling. Ooh, Sauce almost getting that brand passive off there, but Jarvan in for a gank, and Morgana spell shield down, but no, Pink Ward is going to spot him out. Calbert's just going to back here, likely teleport back with his filled up mana bar. Does have the Faded Ashes sitting on, which is just a ridiculous item.
Yeah, I am slightly concerned because GRE in the past have gotten a great early game lead, and then they've like thrown it and lost their game for not being able to capitalize on their leads. So I really hope they don't reach like a stagnation period.
Yeah, interesting back from... Oh, wow. Managed to pull him out of it. The flash forward,
my God.
not enough. Does ult both of them away here, but Speedy's Q, nope, not going to matter. Blood's going to say this one for me and pick it up with his Q. Chuck dies for a third time, 0-3-0. I guess it doesn't pay to be an asshole, Chuck. And I'm no longer going to feel bad about flaming you. Yeah. So, Abar picking up top. Crab does spot Morgana on the run. What were you saying? I'm sorry?
I'm just saying that was rough.
Looking for the dive here on Spurg. Pantheon lead it off. Or are they just going to look to get the turret and secure the feats? You know, I was thinking about this the other day. You know how they're called, like, feats of warfare?
Yeah.
And they give you boots?
Yeah.
Was that on purpose? Like, feats and boots? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, was that on purpose?
I'm sure they did think about it.
Okay.
Gamer
I just got
humor.
that pun, like, earlier this week. Like, if it's supposed to be a pun, it's ridiculous. Like, I'm sure everybody in chat is also just realizing it because I'm exceptionally clever, and if I didn't see it sooner, then nobody else did either. But, like, that's ridiculous. That's a terrible pun, and I hate it so much.
You know, Riot's always trying to connect with their gamer audience.
Okay, Hippo, you keep typing in chat, and I'll leave this stream right now. Hippo on Prod tonight, everyone, and I would say thank you to Prod, but he's typing from both accounts right now. You think I won't do it? You think I won't?
No, I'm on the Silk Champions League account. That's me.
Oh, okay. You're the Twitch account. Got it. Hippo's just doing his own thing right now. Lyle on a bit of an invade here. Does have a pretty substantial farm lead in the jungle. Lyle is, I mean, definitely one of the top 2 junglers in the league. Spurg on the roam, though. What we said we were looking to see. CC Chain comes down. Does manage to flash the binding. A little bit of a misplay from Cal there. Not able to CC chain chain all the CC together there. Stop him from getting away. Well played by Sauce. The man is doing his thing. He's 0-0-0, but he's up about a wave of farm and chilling in the mid lane, just scaling up. Gonna, as I said, just face roll later and...
Honestly, that's all you need to do as Brand. Hit your R ability.
Yeah, seriously. J-Bob gonna have to flag and drag out here. Pretty sensible thing. Vision looks to be pretty dominated by red side in terms of who's controlling the river right now. Abar not where he's supposed to be at the moment in the slightest. Does drop into the death room, I think. J-Bob with a really good ult into the middle of it. Pantheon in on this fight too. Jumps onto Years in the backline. Drops down. Morgana having to cat out. Spurg flashing on himself. Lyle kills J-Bob. Still alive fighting there. It's going to be Speedy looking to jump on him and finish him off. Brand trying to back in the mid lane. All in all, I think that is a 2 for 2. I'm sorry. As many a summoner is blown and nobody is on the dragon. Chuck was topside farming the whole time. And this will probably be the turret dropping, giving each team 1 feat. Because as we talked about, Tristana does manage to farm well. But honestly, that 4v5 not going in the favor of GRE doesn't look great, right? The fight didn't start off terribly, except for the fact that your Mundo kind of walked into everybody for no reason. Position was really interesting when you knew everybody was. But yeah.
I think he was trying to start the fight and he didn't realize how far off the rest of his team was.
Okay. So he's just bad. Not dumb.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Cool. No, I'm fine with that. That's a good explanation. Yeah, Scuttle does get taken. Calvert and Spurg looking to do something. Years around as well. Mundo is going top to match the Tristana, which is a choice that was made. Right now it's just a 4v3 as the jungler for the side of HNT decided to take their wolves instead of going down to the dragon. If the call was made as a team to give Drake, then I don't know what the other 3 members were doing hanging around there. Definitely could have been pushing some waves.
Well,
but...
I think Lyle knew because he was like low and they were chasing him, so there was no way he was gonna make it back on time. So that's why he just started already doing his camps. But his
no,
team
I don't
was
disagree with that. But yeah, what's the rest of the team doing there? You know, what's the rest?
I have no idea.
Explain that to me, Rioklu.
You know, as we're both junglers this season, sometimes you say things and think things, and sometimes other people do the very opposite.
Okay, you see, that's an interesting thing to say, because on my team, I don't really say or think much. I more just do what the people tell me to do, which means anything that happens is not my fault. I have no culpability in the results of my actions. It's quite nice, actually.
In your next game, Rudy, I want you to become a free thinker. I want you to think for yourself.
The only thing I think about is what champion can I first time this series?
Oh, you know, there's a lot.
This will be
There's
third
a lot.
objective they managed to get it. Secure feats. That
Nice.
feats locked in for the side of GRE. Facing Abarn managing to zone Lyle off in the top lane. Does have his completed Heartsteel. Is stacking up pretty well. And yep, we see the upgraded boots coming in from the side of GRE. Nice little bonus to pick up. But on the flip side, another turret does manage to fall. It's really nice to get those neutral objectives. But as we get into this mid game and the teams start to move around as a squad, having those turrets to keep your lanes pushed out is pretty important and really is one of the biggest like non-talked about contributors in terms of how we're able to control vision through the mid game.
Right.
And where people are and have the ability to push up those wards, right?
Oh, what is this?
Looks like he's gonna make a play onto A-Barn here. He does immediately pop the ult, which is 100% a mistake. Guy does not know how to play Mundo. Pretty embarrassing if you're being honest. He'll still be able to walk out. But for those who don't know, when you pop Mundo's ult, you immediately regain 20% of your missing HP, so you kind of want to greed it a little bit. Do it lower. The TP and the ult come through, but a tiny bit late. The Swain W getting thrown out does slow a little bit, but not enough to actually make the play. A lot of resources committed to the overloaded bot side, with not a lot to come out of it. Right now, Brand walking a little bit far forward. Blitzcrank canceling, gonna Hex Flash forward here. Year's looking as well, but A-Barn sniffed out this play and is looking to fight himself. Brand looking to get in here, but maybe a little bit more than you can bite off there, Sauce. Go ahead and just call it a little bit overcommit there. It's fine.
Right. But you see, this is where I was getting worried. Like now, H&T is like closing that gold gap. They're only like 0.3, 0.2.
Oh yeah, you call
K gold behind
right?
now.
Look at
Like
this
this
the
is
way
basically
we're
even at this point.
100%,
Yeah.
100%. I mean, it's basically even. The Grubs did go over to the side of H&T, so they'll have that advantage. Rift Herald was picked up and is yet to be used. Is sitting with Pantheon at the moment. Looks like Lyle's waiting on the wings to make some sort of play. Chuck joining the fight as well, looking to get on the scoreboard.
Oh.
Blood a little far forward. Hook does miss. Blood's gonna throw out his E to root, not click for the little crow to fly his way, rather just use it as an escape tool. Very smart, very smart. As it looks like H&T is gathering to push down this last remaining outer turret. Look at that. Bobby's the only one with this turret still standing. I think. Is mid lane? Yeah, mid lane turret's still there.
Yep. Yep, it is.
So,
pretty
honestly,
decent healthy.
Yeah. Bobby did a great job on Wednesdays. Proud of the guy.
Let's go.
I really want to see them like make some sort of play to get this turret pushed down here. Like even if you have to overload it, like your outers are down, just push out those side waves, gather as 4 or 5 in the mid lane, and use that Herald to break open the map a little bit.
Oh!
Oh, good max range hook off of Spurg. Insta flashes away from Sauce is safe for the moment, but big summoner down for the immobile mid lane mage. Mundo is coming down, and Tristana has yet to rotate, so they might be grouping just for that play that I was talking about. With Dragon spawning here in a little over a minute, the Herald does get dropped. Mundo's gonna drift it on in there. I hope he doesn't miss. That sure would be embarrassing. Easy hits. Now they just walk forward, punch it once to demolish. Proc, guys, finish the turret. Okay, never mind, just kill him. That's fine too. Turret does go down, as does the Mordekaiser. Sauce picks up the kill. Cassensberg in the fight on the side. 2v4 at the moment. Flashes out of J-Bob's group, but A-Barn causing havoc. Zoning powered off all by himself, and with that, Speedy Bandito goes unstoppable. I believe that would be a 3-for-1 for the side of GRE, and they're taking more than one turret. A-Barn wants a little bit more, throwing those briefcases. Gonna just walk it out, and they're gonna be able to fall back to the Dragon. 30 seconds on Drake, only 15 seconds on the longest respawn timer. They should probably reset, and the timing isn't actually great for them to get the soul point here. Okay, good. They're looking.
I'm not gonna lie, I would have rushed this Drake, but I'm crazy like that.
I feel like that's how you throw. As somebody who's thrown every single game we've played this season, I feel like that's how you throw.
You know, it could. Oh well. I guess you know what, you were the right call, because Tony just immediately TP'd right
I mean,
there.
they might. I think they would have gotten the Drake. I think they would have won the fight.
No, that's fair. That's very fair.
Let's talk about item building. I mean, yeah, that's fine. You give third Drake. That's okay. You got the team fight win. You managed to crack mid, which is going to really open up the map for you, right? I think that's a fine call. Again, you avoid the throw. The thing that you have to worry about here is, do they go into the instant autocop phase? Because everyone is gathered, and blue is not in a position. Yeah, you see, this is bad. This is not what I would recommend. You can kind of just rip that when everyone's there. Blood is walking in here. Needs to throw that W and get vision. The team is walking.
Ooh, they're getting really low.
It's only at half health here. Pantheon going to ult in over top. Look for something. Years flashes out instantly. Pantheon, J-Bob, flashes in to finish off with his Eclipse build. Gets ulted out by Chuck as he's looking. On the other side, Morgana shuts down Brand, but Blood causing havoc on the backside. 2v1, manages to kill Chuck. Spurred, though, does get the kill. Otacon ends up going over to the Pantheon. Blitzcrank gets the shutdown on Swain after he goes on a rampage, but all in all, 4 for 2, with one of those being Halbert 1v1 against the Brand on the very backside of the fight. Otacon goes over to the side of GRE, so that'll be a nice little buff to their experience and damage pool throughout the rest of the game.
Yeah, they got a little greedy with Otacon. That
Yeah, I mean, it's just the greed throw, you know, we talked about that.
yeah. That objective does a surprising amount of damage.
I think it's not just the damage, but doesn't it also like shred 50% of your MR and armor?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I have zero clue what it does. I just know it's like I have to get it.
Right? But I'm pretty sure it also shreds armor, which is why it makes fights around Otacon like so dangerous, because everyone's just so much squishier than you expect. Like it's a tough position to fight in.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see. With that, let's take a minute to look at game state. We were talking about the goal lead that was even, what was that, like 5 minutes ago? And now it's grown to about a 4K lead for the side of Jerry. Again, you love to see it. Item breakpoints coming through. Speedy sitting on 2 different assassination items. I think he's just going to try to make Ferg's life hell. As he, I mean, he might be 2 levels down at Mordekaiser, but he won that trade. Sauce, you got to be careful here, my guy. You got to be careful. Does manage to run away. Good heads-up awareness by Sauce. Pink wards. Worth about, what, like 20 gold if you take them? Not quite worth your life.
Yeah, never die for ward, friends. Never die for ward.
That'd be great advice for, great advice for passing me on, like, I don't know, 20 different occasions.
It's tempting.
Yeah, 20 different occasions this season, just for the record. Let's see. Let's take a minute and look at builds. Anything surprising coming out? We got the Hollow Radiant Heart Steal out of... Oh, but Blood gets hooked in instantly ult to get a bit of tankiness. Tristana's going to come down here. Pantheon might be able to ult in over the top. Blood will drop here. J-Bob and Speedy decide they don't actually want it anymore. Honestly, I think they could have taken that fight. They're front of head, but it's hard to know that in the moment, you know? Abarn has reached the point with his MR and health stacking to where he's kind of kicking that Cassiopea's butt. I do think that turns around on him eventually, because Cass is one of the champions that scales just like ridiculously well. Turns into a shredder of a machine gun late game, but the hook comes through. I think it's the 3rd time we've seen Flash one of Blitzcrank's hooks, which testament to Spurk for throwing out really good hooks and burning flashes. Testament to Sauce for not getting hit by the hooks, you know?
Chuck is really sticking to the split push.
Yeah, split push Tristana. Talk about that strategy for a second.
Well, that's why people go mid lane. Tristana, honestly.
Sure. He gets the turret. Worth 370 gold there, though, which I don't actually know how much a turret is worth.
Well, I mean, besides that, he also helps open up the map. It's, you know, not just the gold, to be honest with you.
Yeah, there are uses to it. I'm just going to assume it's the wrong play because it's Chuck doing it. Call me toxic if you want.
Well, I wouldn't have died for it, personally. But, you know, to each their own.
That seems fair. That seems fair. They're going to get a turret in response as they overload topside. Brand keeping them off of the mid lane turret for a moment. Needs to be careful. Dragon is up here.
Yeah, why the hell topside?
What's up with that dragon timer? Am I crazy?
I mean, it's up in like 47 seconds.
Okay, cool. Sauce down flash here. Will be able to just dump his combo. Gets the stun off, but drops anyway. Hard 1v1 to take out. But does buy his team some time to continue to push. 2 turrets in response here as they're knocking on the mid inhib turret. I'm sorry, the top lane inhib turret. What am I talking about? They do manage to expose the inhib here at 24.5 minutes into the game. Reading is hard, everyone. Cass, meanwhile, on the bot side, is doing her own version of split push. And this is a pretty disjointed game that we're seeing from everyone. Kind of avoiding the 5v5 engages and looking to just pick up those turrets turn by turn. With this late back, though, I do think this is going to be a pretty free dragon to the side of HNT, putting them at 2 each.
I mean, it's okay for them to lose this dragon. Oh?
Sure. It's not the worst. I think Speedy wins this eventually if he gets on top of the lead, so I'll be honest. Especially with Abarn following it up. Yeah, I mean, he's going to throw the ignite. Okay, maybe he wouldn't have won it, but Abarn's here now to finish the job. They're gonna...
I love Mundo, guys.
I don't know if that Pantheon ult was necessary. Blood ends up taking the kill, sitting at 5-2 and 8. Speedy at an impressive 6-0 and 9. What's that doing in the middle there, bud? But Overloading bot, once again, has left mid lane exposed. Sauce, you just got to give up this turret, my guy. Lyle looking to pick off Blood, but J-Bob, turn around and help your friend. Does get the ult off to dodge the flag and drag inside of the Death Realm at the moment. Blood doing his best to kite out, does flash over the wall to buy some space, but comes out of the Death Realm, instantly gets hooked by the Blitzcrank and drops down. Lyle Walt gets the kill onto Bloodbath and Beyond. That is a drop on the mid lane rotation. They did not rotate as a team. Blood went below the pit and got picked off. A little bit of a misstep, and we see the gold lead creep back closer to even here as we press the 26-minute mark.
Crazy games.
Crazy games indeed. What are you anticipating from the next 4 minutes of this game?
Something's gonna happen around Baron. Either someone gets picked off, or there's a Baron fight. That's what I think the next fight's gonna be.
Okay. I mean, give me something more inventive.
More what? Sorry?
Anybody could tell you that there's going to be a fight around Baron.
Oh!
Tries to steal that away. Speedy leaps onto it and secures the crab himself. Funny little interaction. Spurg maybe a little closer by himself than he should be. Does flash out. Did Speedy just flash after him?
Yes.
Speedy,
yes, he did.
That was not worth it, my guy. I mean, I guess they were thinking...
Well, if he got Spurg, though, you know...
He doesn't blow up Spurg. Spurg has 2 tank items right now. They are TPing the brand in to help burn it down. Lyle and Calvert are here to respond. Cass is walking up. Tristana's still in base. They
gotta stick this dragon.
Quickly with the amount of burn. A-Barn looking to zone off Lyle. Lyle does ult some brand into the Death Realm. Takes him out. Speedy extremely low in the backline. Might even die to the burn. And this fight goes entirely in the side of HNT's favor. They kept the Baron going, managed to drop it down without dropping a single member, and that is a 4-for-0, almost the complete ace. Speedy getting away with an absolute sliver. 4-for-0 while going 4v5 is not what you want to see, everybody. GRE throwing their lead away, now at a gold deficit, with HNT having the Baron buff, looking to push down these turrets and knock over that base.
Yeah, it was really sad because, like, Tony and Chuck weren't even there yet. Like, it was 3 people walking to the pit. Yeah, but Calvert got a really good Morgana ult and, like, rooted them, and then Baron just, like, was demolishing the rest of them. It was, yeah.
It was a tough fight. I mean, again, A-Barn on the Mundo was doing exactly what I thought he was there, which was try to zone off the Mordekaiser, but Mordekaiser kind of just walked past him, pressed R on the brand, and then pressed Q on the brand, and he died. That was about all she wrote for Sauce. So unfortunate there, and I mean, they got the early Drake, so not a lot of pressure to fight, but you got to start thinking, like, where are the fights we're looking to take? So far, this game has been comprised of mostly, like, side lane skirmishes as people move around the map and have gotten picked off one way or another. But if you're the side of Jerry, I feel like you're going to keep looking to do that, because the team fight, I don't think it's much better for you as the Tristana, who was at a pretty extreme deficit, has now picked up a lot of farm and has 3 items.
3 items. Yeah, I mean,
pretty scary Tristana.
Yeah. Actually, more than Blood at this point.
Yeah, I mean, gold-wise, I'd imagine Tristana is ahead with a 60 farm lead, even down 3
Yeah,
days.
you know.
Like,
that's what happens when you go to farm solo side waves.
Yeah, talk about that solo third gold, too. J-Bob with the Assassin Jarvan build. How do you feel about that?
I mean, this is pretty much what Jarvan builds nowadays. That's pretty standard. The Eclipse into Sundered Sky.
I thought it was like just Sundered Sky. It's like Cleaver.
No.
No?
Yeah, you start Eclipse first.
Okay. Guess how many times I've played Jarvan? Go ahead, guess.
3.
That's about right.
I just threw a number out there. I just knew it was below 10.
I played it more than once, but not a lot. Root does go down, gonna get pulled in as well. Speedy throws at the shield, but man, that is just that's not your jungle anymore right now, my dude. With Dragon spawning here in 12 seconds, that's likely gonna be 3rd Drake, putting them on sole point for the side of HNT. Haven't done a ton of pushing with this Baron, just kind of kept them inside the base, but used that as an opportunity to set up vision and set the trap. Looks like they are trying to go onto Yuri here. He does flash forward to me. He is stuck inside of this ult. Say Jarvan, drop the wall, let your people in. Mundo, looking pretty enormous, is on 3 tank items himself, stacking that MR. And that HP, absolutely 258 stacks on Heartsteel. I don't know if that's
Where
locked.
is the
Seems
Titanic
low.
Hydra? Where is it?
There's Titanic Hydra. There's also that other item that converts bonus HP into AD. I forget what that one's called because I've never built it because I just go straight tank. What was it called?
Titanic Hydra. Titanic
No,
Hydra.
not that one.
Oh,
Bloodman.
Overlord. Yeah, Overlord's Blood Mail.
Yeah,
Something.
yeah, something like that. Something like that. That's how you do the deeps. But I don't know if that's Mundo's job this game.
Well, I'm just saying, like, there's like a very certain Mundo build where you go Heartsteel, Warmogs, Titanic Hydra,
for
and you
sure,
can,
for sure.
yeah,
That leaves you without
Aloysius.
Like HP
Yeah.
is great, but you know what scales HP? Resistances.
It's true.
You know what scales resistances? HP. It's a lovely thing. Lovely little synergy. Oh wow. Almost the Flame Horizon in the jungle. Lyle Walt up 2 levels on J-Bub at the moment.
Oh!
I'll
Well,
be honest, I was looking at the scoreboard. What happened?
Chuck said, I'm going to kill Lost in the Sauce. And that was it.
Yeah, Tristan.
Like, he literally WEQ'd autoed a couple times and bam, you know, that was it.
Because the sidestep does still get hit on, will get yanked back, and boom goes the dynamite as Spurg presses the R button, blows up Speedy Banduda, who at one point was 6-0-9, has dropped to 6-2-9, really unable to make any plays as the side of HNT deathballs up a little bit, makes it difficult for them to get the picks that they were doing so well in the early mid game. And their base is pretty threatened. Right now, there's not a ton for them to take. Baron itself still a minute until it spawns back on the map. But yeah, I mean, Chuck's pretty well scaled at the moment. On the other side, we're not really seeing third items come through from mid-jungle bots this side of GRE. It's a rough spot to be in. Sauce, good dodge, good backstep there. Didn't even have vision on it, just decided to walk the safer route. Good job.
Yeah, the Baron's up soon. The waves are being pushed in.
Hey, Rook, that's hilarious. Big fan of that comment.
What do you say?
Oh, at some point I said, Chuck said, I think you said, like, Chuck said that Brand dies now, and Rook said, I think Chuck might have actually said something else.
Oh, well.
Again, hilarious. Knowing what happened.
Yes, that's true. The lore.
Yeah, Chuck.
The recent lore.
Yeah, let's see. Baron is spawning up here. Blue side pushing together. You love to see it to get vision out. Resets coming through. 3 items down for just about everybody. 4 items on the Tristana even. I'm sorry, 4 items on top jungle and AD for the side of GRE. On the other side, we look to HNT just completing their Zanyas. And Bovie's still just sitting on the 2. Has had a rough mid game of here as he's exiting the lane phase. Abraham,
Yeah, this is really hard for them to team fight. I have to really be honest. Oh.
Oh, Bob, I don't know if that's the engage you wanted, but it's the engage you're going to get. Castle goes wild there. Blood ulting. Pantheon on the back line, looking for a way in. Chuck does jump, looking for the turn on the front side of the fight. Mundo doing his best to run him down. Calvert with the spell shield, though, going to be able to just walk out. And I believe that is a 3-for-1 so far. Chuck looking for anything else he can get. Speedy does eventually drop at the edge. Spurg left with just a sliver of health as Mundo full health, but nothing much he can do in this situation. I'm sorry, nobody died from the side of HNT. Clean fight there as they drop 3 members of GRE, and they're going to pick up their 2nd Baron of this game, with Soul spawning in less than a minute, using their empowered recalls, going to go push out the waves and pick up that Mountain Drake Soul, which I think last time I heard, Drake Souls are worth typically about 5,000 gold worth of stats across your team. Does that seem right?
It's worth a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure. I haven't done that gold math.
I mean, obviously I didn't do the math myself. I do not give nearly enough of a shit about this game. But yeah, I think that's what I heard. I watch some LCS casts every now and then when I get bored at work. It's real mindless stuff, you know. Not worth.
I'm not gonna. Well, you know, a lot of them do their research, so I'm willing to believe it.
Somebody gets paid for it.
That's true.
Jungle being stolen away. You hate to see it. The Flame Horizon creeps closer and closer. Abarn and Speedy gonna walk through, try to clear out whatever.
Oh my
they can.
god, Spur
Bird
flank?
caught behind enemy lines.
What
Is
is...
gonna get spotted out here. I think he's
Did
gonna
they even
buy
see him?
time. I think they did, but they're ignoring him, trying to. Yep, I was gonna say that's just gonna be the Drake picked up. Soul locked on to the side, and they have to shoot Spur, right? Like, is he invisible? Am I crazy? Abarn just walked right past me. Abarn, you looking at your screen? Good ult in from J-Bob, doing a lot of damage. He just dies with everybody inside the pit with him. Abarn walks into this fight eventually and gets a kill or two.
Yeah.
But Tristana, again, just so much gold from the side lane split with the Mountain Soul on top. A lot of stats picked up, and we haven't talked much about him this game, but Calvert's in at 3-0-12, playing the supportive mid pretty well.
Yeah, and well, here's the other thing. No one can kill Lyle. Like, this guy's just unkillable.
Who's supposed to kill him?
Exactly. But you see what I mean? Like, this it's so hard for especially at this point, for them to play into this comp. It's just...
Well, luckily, I don't think they're gonna have to worry about it much longer because they're pushing for game. Tristana is dead, so they don't have quite the pushing power, but I think they're going to have enough. Respawn's looking like we have 2 members up right now. J-Bob's coming up in 6. I don't think that's going to be enough, especially if Soft goes in just to die. Pantheon jumps on Calvert in the backline. Calvert throws out the Zanyas to survive, might eventually pick it up, but nope, dives to Calvert, getting him up to 4-0-13. Spur does, or sorry, not Spur, J-Bob does get a shutdown on the Blitzcrank, but as you said, who is going to kill Lyle as he goes to the end, pops the W shield, trying to get 1 more auto, 2 more on the Nexus, last one, and it will fall. You predicted it, right? Who is supposed to kill that Mordekaiser? Even with everyone wailing on him, still manages to beat down the Nexus and lock in the victory for historically non-toxic, despite GRE's very impressive early game to get out to a lead. And that'll be game 1, everyone. 37 minutes in, HNT picks up the first victory of the series.
I mean, I feel like this is almost a tale as old as time for GRE. They have like a really great early. Yeah. I don't know.
You could call it a tale as old as time, but I don't know if that's fair to them, right? Like, they played it well early. I wouldn't say it came down to how they played the mid game. I'd say that was a bit of a draft diff.
A little bit of both, because there were times they were just getting caught out, like for no reason.
Neither team played perfectly in terms of positioning and macro through the mid game, but I mean, as we just talked about, who is supposed to kill that Mordekaiser as we approach the 35-minute mark and it sits on 5 items, right? Like, what are we expecting to happen there?
It is pretty rough.
Okay, that was game 1. Everybody, stick around for game 2. This is a 3-game series, fearless draft rules in effect. So everything you just saw, you will be guaranteed not to see again. We will be right back after a quick 5-minute break. Don't go anywhere.
looking at the world from the eye of the horse. If you Alexander the Great, then I am the forest. Coming straight from the mud like I am a lotus. So हाथियों का बल कैसे सकेगा तू मुझे रोक अब देख तू कैसे मैं लड़ूं तुम लोगों से ऐसे ना डरूं करूं मैं जिससे मैं तरुण पानी पे चलूं मैं जिससे मैं वरुण चाहे मैं जीऊं या मरूं जो करना चाहूं मैं वही तो करूं आता है तू ना करीब तू बेटी चीप जब तक कटे ना तेरी ये जीप better believe you're gonna bleed pick up a seat get your team I'm the king of kings brother in arms in a battle you all gonna die if you act like a vandal bring the realm to reality from every angle this is the public service announcement from Mumbai to the rest of the world I am a Raja I am the Raja भिड़ेगा तो उठेगा जनाजा ना तू मेरी तरफ आना आ गया तो होगा फिर तनाजाना ये भारतीय भाषा फिर दुनिया सुनेगी ये तराना ना Cause I am the Raja Cause I am the Raja Look at my eyes, what do you see? I'm more than average, man. I'm a maverick, I can grow flowers on a barren land. Break a mountain with my bare hands and step back and cause a literal avalanche. Should've been about us traveling. अष्टभुजाएं मेरी जैसा मैं tarantula ना है कोई तोड़ मेरा जब से पूर्वजों का ज्ञान मिला मेरे जैसा मिलेगा कोई ना तू और चाहे जो भी था सबकी कब्र मैंने खोदी क्या तुम लगाओगे बोलियां कम पड़े गोलियां चंद्रगुप्त में मौर्य या दिला तू लोरियां come to me and you just gonna die that's really a given I am invincible and you are invisible see that's really a difference get out of my way I'll leave the world the choice is yours I don't kill my enemies I play with them that's what the toys are for from Mumbai to the rest of the world I am the Raja भिड़ेगा तो उठेगा जनाजा ना तू मेरी तरफ आना आ गया तो होगा फिर तनाजाना ये भारतीय भाषा फिर दुनिया सुनेगी ये तराना ना Cause I am the Raja Cause I am the Raja Cause I am the Raja Put your back down on your knees with your Sirerin Put your back down on your knees with your Put your back down on your knees with your Sirerin Cause I am the Raja
And welcome back, everybody, to another exciting series. Sorry you got to stare at my face. My producer did not give me a countdown. Hippo's too busy flaming me in the Twitch chat. But no, seriously, thank you, Hippo on Prod and Rioklu for joining me on the desk. Rioklu, what are your thoughts on Game 1?
Well, Jerry had a really great early game. Yeah, and then unfortunately, H&T just kind of. I think they just had the better comp and were able to close it out, basically.
Yeah, I mean, again, like, you can say what you want about, oh, we random pick cast top, whatever. Don't really care. You had an ADC, which kind of made a difference when the ADC got to 4 items. You can say what you want about the state of the role as a whole, but I mean, hey, Tristana is gonna do the damage if you give it enough time in the side lane alone, which HNT with their GRE with their focus on mid-game objectives managed to secure those, but giving Tristana enough time in the side lane to farm up to her heart's content. Rough game.
It's an ADC's dream, being able to farm uncontested.
Yeah, is that what ADC's dream about?
That and just 1v5ing everybody, but
you know what I dream about as a jungler nowadays, Rioklu?
Hitting our smites?
No, I couldn't care less about that.
Oh,
I dream about my laners using the advantage I give them to win a game. No flame.
Are you like adding your team? Is there something someone specific?
No
trying to
flame,
call here?
No flame. No. It's all love. It's all love. I'm not calling anybody out.
don't feel like you're playing solo queue, so I don't feel like this is.
Hey, I played 2 whole games of solo queue this weekend. I'll have you
Two.
know, I've played 3 games of solo queue this season. That is 3 more than I've played in like 3 seasons.
I love it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm not adding anybody, but I will say to anybody listening, if you're on my team, if the shoe fits, I don't know, put it on and go for a stroll.
I've never heard that part, but
Yeah, it's 'cause
I'm gonna
I
use
put
it.
up. I'd be chatting. Let's see. What do you expect to see from draft number 2 as we're loading into the champ select screen?
I think
Hippo, make sure you
Abarn.
come over to draft this time. Stream
I
is
think-
just watching my face.
I think Abarn will pick Kale or Dar.
Kale or Gnar? I hate playing against Kale. I do like the Bard ban off the rip, though. I'm expecting a Poppy ban to follow. Also, who is Greyball's 06? Is that one of the players in this league?
I have no idea.
Drop the IRL name here. Don't be talking shit behind the thing. Yeah, I know it's you. Who are you? Okay.
It's
am a
me.
mod. Tell me who you are or I'm banning you. Oh, it's Bird. Okay, I'm banning you anyway. Let's see. How do
I'm
you ban-
banning you anyway.
Yeah, let's see. How do I... Can I time him out?
Oh, did you do the payout?
Oh, no, I've not. Good. Thank you for the reminder. I don't even know if anybody bet, but let's pay that poll out.
Well, Hippo did, as I see.
Yeah, a single person bet. So Hippo,
Oh no, Lemon did
congratulations.
too. Lemon did too.
Okay, that's great. Who won? GRE? No, HNT.
God, we know who won.
I was just making sure I clicked.
Don't have amnesia night like Sandy and Abarn did.
Wait, nobody bet on GRE. Or nobody bet on HNT. They both bet on GRE to win. So they both just lost their points? I don't even know how it works in that case. Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, what
Bird,
happens?
shut up. Okay, I missed all of draft. They banned out 3 supports from Speedy, banned all of, like, the most bitch-made enchanters you could play. I say as somebody who exclusively likes to play support. Banned
Or Seraphine. I don't see Seraphine. Seraphine Sona.
I mean,
Who do you think's gonna be banned next? If we had to pick 2 more.
The Trundle pick and Rel locked in. Tom Kench, that champ. Oh,
So
Bird is
annoying.
Frothing at the mouth. He's gonna have a game.
Urgot.
I wonder where Urgot's going.
ADC. I have
No,
to.
it's going mid. That's Sauce's all-time.
Oh
pick.
really? Oh, I don't know. How would I know?
Oh, you don't. I don't know. I don't know. But like, yeah, back in season 1, when Sauce used to play this game, I think he like got up to. Oh, was he even diamond on Urgot? He might have been a diamond 1-trick Urgot main.
You know what? I like it. Stick to what you know.
Lemon, I like your chat there. I agree. It does look like HNT thought that you were on GRE this round. That's hilarious. Big fan. Okay, A-Soul locked in as well. Calvert trying to get fancy in the mid lane. Lucian ban out. I guess they're finally throwing some serious bans towards GRE now. Don't want blood on the Lucian. Maybe they're getting a little bit worried here. Scared they might drop a game. Have they dropped a game yet this season?
No,
Definitely haven't dropped a series. They haven't
Wait.
dropped a game.
I'm not sure.
They definitely didn't against my team. There's
Oh, PTSD. Yes. Oh my. I remember now. Wow, that was a long game.
Wait, was that the one that I
Series.
cast with Box? That was the one that
Yes,
I cast with
yeah.
Box. Yeah, that was the one with like multiple. Oh, that was the one with
Yes.
like 55 minutes. Wow, that was a heck of a game. That was maybe like the
I
most
remember
I've
now
ever
because
had
I was
at
producing.
TCL. Yeah. Yeah, it was me, you, and Box locked in this booth for like 5 hours on a Tuesday night. What a time that was. Let's run it back tonight, everyone. 2 more 50-minute games. Let's go. Scale it to infinity.
I'm good. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that.
Yeah. I very much doubt that a game is going to go to 50 minutes tonight. What are the odds, right? What are the odds? Now that I've said
Are you?
it,
I feel like you're jinxing us.
yeah, the gods of irony are going to get us.
Ooh, Lee Sin pick.
Lee Sin, that is exciting. We're going to see some
You know what?
fierceness out of...
I'm gonna tell you something. I played with Lyle last night, and he was playing. I was ADC. He was Lee Sin. He's pretty good. He's pretty good on it. I will say though,
Man plays a lot.
no, but there were a couple times he just kicked the enemy like, I don't know, like top laner into me, and it was like my nightmare.
Yeah.
But I will say, Lyle is really good. He can insect. You gotta watch out for him.
Sure. I mean, you can do the one thing on Lee Sin that you're supposed to be able to do if you play Lee Sin. I got you.
Can you,
I'm
Rudy?
just
Can you
being-
do it?
I'm being. No, of course I can't do it. Don't be ridiculous. I learned the other day that you could R flash on a movement, and my team had me practice that on the practice tool 50 times.
After our series,
Do you remember when I missed my R like 3 times in one game?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that too. Pepper's Farm Rumors. Also, everybody in the chat who's asking to see some chest hair, first of all, the internet's free, guys. Look it up. Second, if we go to game 3, I will cast it shirtless. So I would recommend
treat for the
for
chat.
GRE if you'd like. We're gonna have to change the.
Wait, are you allowed to?
I don't care.
do that?
Oh no, A-Barn's Twitch channel is gonna get banned. Oh no. Okay. Also, I don't know why I call it a cardigan. It's a vest.
Yeah, that's not a.
I am gonna get another poll going in the chat. As I said, let's see if HNT keeps the perfect season going. We didn't really talk about Champ Select much there at all. We kind of just got focused on Lee Sin and got distracted. Rounded out with a Renekton.
I think chat is distracted.
Rise. Yeah, it's fine. And then Samira Rel. Talk to me about Samira Rel versus Sivir Tom Kench.
Well, very aggressive bot lane. I mean, H&T have the tools to not die to this, but it's like, if you fuck it up, then you fuck it up and you die. That's how I
Yeah.
feel. I mean, it's just the truth.
How well does Samira scale?
That's the thing. She's Samira. So it's just like, if you hit your ult and you just get a really good shot at just literally wailing damage, you just kill everyone, right? But she did get buffed. She has a large increase in lifesteal now.
Okay.
Like literally, you rush Bloodthirster her now. That's how significant it is.
You do that on a couple of ADCs, right? Like you do that on MF
No.
as well?
Yeah. Well, MF is really weird because she has a really great base auto because of her passive love tap.
I know what it's called.
Oh, okay.
No,
But so the BT's just great.
That's correct.
Yeah. So BT's just great for sustain, in the lane because she already has the damage.
Mhm.
But I mean, Spur can interrupt Rel engage. It's really just, but Sivir can spell shield. So they do have a lot of good disengage tools.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then A-Barn picking the Rise top in a season where we have everybody off-rolling, playing the Fearless Draft. Oh, it's fine. Rise top is a historic pick. It's been played in the pros. Yeah, whatever. Guy just wants to play Rise because he thinks he can carry on it. What do you think his odds of carrying on it against Tony's Renekton are gonna be?
After playing with A-Barn,
Yeah.
I have realized even if he doesn't win lane, he will farm, so he's relevant.
Yeah, but you can farm to relevancy while the entire world burns around you, right?
True.
Being relevant without any Nexus turrets, what are you gonna do?
Okay, but we say that, but you just told me Sauce has his patented Urgot, right?
Urgot, the guy's good at it.
And I assume everyone else will do fairly decent. So I have hope. I have hope.
Okay, so if I were to say, hey, put $100 on one team or the other right now, who you betting that money on?
Neither, because I would not want to waste money like that. But
okay, let's say I gave you $100 on the condition that you bet it on one of these two teams. What would you do with that money?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna put H&T. I'm sorry.
There's a 3-minute delay on this, and Spurg just dropped a message in the chat. Is he not in the game right now?
I mean, they're both watching, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but there's a 3-minute delay, so he's typing from the future. It's wild. Okay, looking at summoner spells, we see the heal on Samira. Isn't that never really picked on ADC anymore? Don't ADCs play a little bit more greedy than that nowadays?
Usually go barrier.
Yeah, because who gives a fuck about supports, right? I mean, who gives a crap about supports, right?
I mean, marriage is better. I'm sorry.
Sure. It seems to be what the meta is.
It's just the truth.
Absolutely.
It's not your survivability, so.
And on Smear, that's something that you probably want. Man, Storm Dragon Asol, that's a pretty cool skin. Asol's a great champion concept. Big fan. We got the pool party matching in the top between Tony and Lon.
Oh, that's
A
cute.
little bit of synergy between the top jungle. Hope he camps A-Barn. It is cathartic for everybody to see the commissioner go down. And the Trundle pick, we haven't really.
He went
talked about
Uncle
that.
Rise.
Yeah, of course he did. He's a nope, not going to say that out loud on stream. We don't need to get into it. Yeah. So Trundle, I kind of hate that champion. Did you watch the series last night? Actually, did you cast the series last night? No, 2 nights ago, Sunday when I played. I think you cast that one, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I just remember I got my ass absolutely beat by that Trundle. It was not fun.
No,
Maybe
I
that was
wasn't. I wasn't there.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
I just remember I heard Trundle flash mid kill somebody. I like tuned in on my phone.
Yeah. No, Trundle is a hard champion to deal with. I think who was I even playing against? Clover. Yeah, Clover built 1 damage item and then full tank, and he killed everybody on our team and didn't take any damage. It was so painful. It was so.
I also got an error.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what Spurg was talking about, that they had some sort of issue loading into the game, and we're just dealing with that now on stream. Because of Bovie's toaster, to quote the man. I assume that if we keep refreshing, we'll eventually get into it.
Yes, just reconnect.
Yeah, it'll just be a bit more of a delay as we get in here. Yep, loading onto the Rift now. No harm, no foul. Will we see the standard 5-point, or is there going to be some action? I don't really see either of these teams as early level 1s, but it's TCL. Anything can happen.
That's true. That's true.
A little fast forward. We got the man on the sticks. Yeah, 5-point as we'd expect, except with a little bit of a Trundle support stack in the bot side River Brush. They will split off now. Everyone going to go to their respective sides. Spurg looks like he's going to drop a ward over the wall. Nope, just going to queue the brush in case somebody's standing there. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Nothing to be had from that. Pretty standard. Actually, Tear Start seems a little greedy from Rise, no? Or is that standard too? I don't know. Tear Start from both Rise and Asol.
To be fair, I feel like Ifan would know better than us with the start on Rise.
Well, it's not that I think it's an incorrect start. It feels like a greedy pick, you know?
I guess he wants to get the stacking off early. You definitely...
Worried about that until Tony kills you level 3.
That's true.
Is actually... What was that? I'm sorry, Hippo? A conservative pick, if one might say. Actually, I call that quite liberal.
The tier start?
Yes.
Well, he's just looking to farm, not trade.
You're right. He's trying to hoard wealth. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. We don't need to go with the political puns. I'm not feeling up for that tonight.
Don't get Trent started.
Oh, Trundle on the invade right now. They're looking for an early level 1 on the Asol. If we could flip to the mid lane and see what's happening there. Does force out Halbert's flash as J-Bob has taken a single camp. Red buff into gank. Kind of wild. The years slices and dices on top of A-Barn, hits the early level 2. A-Barn gonna keep the autos going. Honestly, comes out ahead on that trade. Doran Shield are gonna tick him back up eventually. And yeah, J-Bob sacrificing some of his early game tempo. The guy's not gonna get a crab. Just to buy Sauce some time and set him up to bully in this mid lane. I love it. Put your eggs in the Sauce Urgot basket. I'm a fan. See if you can make it happen.
I'm a fan.
Slice and dice is back in. Nothing to be had there. Spurg looking to annoy with those Qs. Trundle did skip over his Krug camp, which I believe gives the most gold out of any of the jungle camps. So going to be a little bit behind. We're looking to just be able to contest on the top side river, perhaps, using Urgot's Prio in the mid lane. Urgot does get a top side ward out, which is great. They have some idea of where the Lee Sin started, or I guess it would just be a random guess because they didn't actually ward in the jungle. And the slightest Lee Sin on his red buff, the Trundle finished up his gold and moves on to his blue. Definitely a bit behind, a full camp down behind in tempo as a whole. But again, you can't be mad about forcing out the early summoner. The important thing, though, is make sure you go back and take advantage of that. See if you can't convert that into a kill at some point. Spurg, though, does go in. Blood dashes through. Only 1 stack of passive on him. Speedy gonna return with that damage, stabbing that Rel Lance forward right into Tom Kench's backside. And I'd say that GRE came out ahead on the trade again. I mean, hey, they look good in the early games, but Renekton with the early push does invade down onto the jungle as Lee Sin manages to smite away the crab, and there's a bit of a chase in the topside jungle. We can get a look on that with Lee Sin on top of J-Bob. Is a level up and has that red buff, so kind of kicking his ass at the moment.
J-Bob
Still
should
looking to fight it.
leave.
J-Bob, what are you doing there? In the late flash first blood solo kill over to the Lee Sin. Not what you want to see. Gonna get his Gromp stolen away as well. Does get picked up. Abarn unable to rotate because Years just had the pressure, and that's what you want to see out of the top laners, right? When they push it forward, go into the jungle and take
Right.
position for your jungler, so they're able to make.
Oh, Lyle looking for a gank.
Now Lyle's looking for that gank topside. Gonna ward hop over the wall. See if he can get the type of Abarn. Abarn does have flash, so I don't imagine it results in a kill unless Abarn massively misplays. But again, the early aggression out of the Lee Sin, what you want to see is sitting on the ward, though. Probably doesn't know about that.
Yeah.
Really heads up ward by Abarn to make sure. Lyle gonna waste about 20 seconds there. A little bit late on his recall, but honestly, he's sitting fine. Trundle returning down just collected Krubs. Had to back with merely the longsword dagger to the Caulfield Warhammer longsword star from the Lee Sin. Definitely a little bit behind.
Yeah, it's honestly when you see like Lee Sin smite, you should just like leave and just back for the scuttle, because if you get double scuttle, it is so rough.
Yeah, I mean it's rough for your lanes too, right? There's no vision, no idea of what's going on. I mean the camp itself is relatively whatever, right? Doesn't really have the impact that it used to. Years dashing forward though, might be going for the all in here. Does have the stacked up raid. Will be Rudy. The Q not quite enough to do it. But Rise triggers his phase rush and rushes out with, what's that, like 10% of HP and a sliver of mana. J-Bob sitting on a ward here, is a little bit caught out, throws it up, sidesteps that, but no flash. The flash late before will be stunned up by the next Q that comes through, dashes forward from the Lee Sin, follows it up. Lyle picks up a second kill. Blood being forced to flashback underneath his own turret, and pretty disastrous game from disastrous early game from the side of HNT as Lee Sin kind of starts to style on him. Picking up those kills early. Calvert has the early level 6. Is going to just dash out here and throw down his Plasma Breath, I guess we'll call it in that skin. That's actually a pretty cool chroma. I'm a fan. Pretty slick skin from Calvert.
Breath of Light. Close.
That's pretty much what I said, right?
Yeah, Plasma Breath. Sure.
Yeah. I didn't.
His breath.
Oh, Sauce walks right into that knockout. He's going to dash through and toss Spurg behind him. Flash forward as well to make sure he gets out. Early objectives over to the side of HNT, and this is not the early game that we saw from GRE last round. As they have deficits. And I guess top lane they're up farm, bot lane they're dead even. Actually, they're gonna be a little behind if those don't die. But Riseport coming in, looking for the play on mid lane onto Calvert. Sauce, importantly, still not 6, but Speedy coming up in this room as well. Calvert has to know that he's just dead here. Does not have flash. Speedy going to W over that wall. Will get the stun. We'll see whether they end up giving the kill. I think they're just going to feed it to Sauce. And yes, he picks it up with one more shotgun knee blast, knocking down the Dragon. Calvert 0-1-0, his worst scoreline of the season. However, this Riseport does give, Renekton Years in the top lane time to catch up a bit on that farm lead, knock down a plate, and honestly at this point probably just be ahead in gold. Speedy being zoned out of lane entirely right now by Spurg, who does not have a care in the world. Man, Tom Kench, what a champion. Not a fan. Not a fan.
Yeah, he's super tanky, does a bunch of damage for no reason.
Dive onto Rise, gonna start with a stun, will flash away from the Q, does land anyway. Lyle still has his kick up, gonna kick him out of the turret, follow it back up, almost gets the return kill on Years, not quite, and that will be the feat of Warfare, dropped down. Abarn, great flash in between there, but it was not enough to avoid that straight line Q that was able to, that just kind of spelled disaster for the Rise in the top lane, who's just looking to scale, get his team ahead. Lyle, perfect kill participation, more so, perfect kill secured thus far. Fruge, I'll give you 2 guesses which team is up, and it's not GRE. Gotta make it easy for these guys. Void Grub spawn, and Lyle is there on spawn.
Oh, not the gank again.
And yes, Sauce is getting yanked. No flash get away this time. The ult gets dropped down. Oh, he almost gets the return kill, being dragged in by the ult. Good effort by Sauce, but better roam by Spurg to pick up that kill. Calvert managing to survive. What's the Urgot's ult called?
I have no idea. I don't play that champion. So
Well, you knew Asol, so I just assumed.
wait, his ult?
Yes, his ult is clearly called
Let me-
Fear of Gun Death. Any League of
Oh.
Legends player would know that.
Did you just Google that?
No, Hippo showed it to me on stream.
Oh, okay. Well,
I am way too lazy to Google anything on my second monitor. Don't be silly. Way too lazy for that.
we're here, so
Okay, yeah. So taking the state of the game. 2K lead up here, 9 minutes in. 1 dragon, 3 grubs secured for the side of HNT. Off to a bit of a killer early game. Lee Sin already on his full eclipse. First person in the game to have secured a full item. Oof, bit of a rough spot to be in. What's Lyle gonna do next? Who's he gonna go after? Where's he gonna pick up that kill after clearing his bot side jungle to keep those camps on cooldown?
let's see here. Dragon's in a minute 40, so I'm pretty sure he's just gonna do like, you know, bot the top clear and then come back for dragon, kind of type beat. Maybe gank mid, who knows?
Nah, too boring. He's definitely gonna gank somewhere. I'm thinking he's gonna go bot. They're clearing up the vision. Have Spurg working on that. Clears the wards, no problem at all. Maybe even look for a little bit of an insect play. He's got his ult and his flash up.
That's
He's
true.
fine.
Oh,
Favorite
bot lane.
top. Yeah, looks like they are poking out a little bit here. Farm relative, a little bit in the favor of HNT, but nothing to write home about. Lyle's definitely hanging on, wants to try to make something happen. Trundle has managed to catch up a little bit on farm, but definitely not where he wants to be after the disastrous level 3 play around the top side scuttle. Sauce, maybe looking to get a little aggressive here. Does miss the dash in, so no flip going to happen, but honestly, the few autos that he got off were enough to make the trade not the worst in the world. Lyle does look like he's going to be sniffing around mid, is going to be spotted out on the river lane ward there. So if Sauce is playing heads up here, should not die to that gank. Year's honestly doing a great job of flipping around the top side matchup after that dive. Does steal around. Great pillar onto Sauce. Not looking super great for him, but
Oh
away
my
at the same time. Shut down for 599 gold. Goes on to Lost in the Sauce as the action is not over. We see Spurg trying to step forward. Chuck just throwing those boomerang blades, sorry, as Speedy trots out on his trusty magnetic speed. Looks like he might want a little bit more as Trundle jumps in here, instantly ults up for cutting those stats. Flash ult in from Speedy. The teleport coming in as well. Rise looking to join the action. GRE is saying this will be our dragon, but how much are you going to give up on the top side? We saw the Rise teleport in started channeling his back and decided to just catch the wave with Urgot going to cover the top lane to make sure the turret does not completely drop. Feats of warfare are not completely on. Calvert maybe walking a little bit too far forward. Pillar does slightly miss. Speedy going to jump in. Lyle, though, instantly assassinates Bloodbath and Beyond. Big ult falls down from Calvert as he flies away to do some of that damage. But despite the flash, again, J-Bob, narrowly dodges. Abarn trying to step in the way, block the Q, gets the Rune Prism up, gonna block him out a little bit. Lyle's next Q will follow. Abarn doing his best, but does not have the scaling. J-Bob with the pillar, almost enough, but not quite. Abarn sacrificing his life for that of his junglers as Speedy is walking back into lane and probably going to die himself. No, manages to jump over the wall, but Spurg is going in, does get stunned up under turret, has a ton of HP though, and is going to be chilling like a villain. Yeah, Lyle has just such a huge lead right now.
Yeah. Wow. Really great rebound from HNT.
What was that? I'm sorry?
I was saying really great rebound from HNT.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Growing that lead just a little bit, looking to be about 3K here as we're cresting that 12.5-minute mark. Speedy looking to defend under turret, but man, how many plates have dropped for the side of GRE? 4 in the top lane, 2 in the mid lane, and 4 in the bot lane. Meanwhile, on the other side, you have 1 top, can't tell how many mid, and none bot. That is just a lot of gold. As Lyle jumps to the wall and just instantly kills Speedy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough, buddy.
And now Abarn, looking to get dove himself, does flash away from Spurg, so he's going to stay alive, but just gets kicked out and picked up as Lyle goes 7-1 on the Lee Sin. The Blind Monk be styling across the rift right now.
Honestly, the red vision, especially bot side, is scary. Like, there's so many wards.
Yeah, I would say that Spurg and actually Caridian, both 2 people who do not traditionally play support, but have done an exceptional job of making sure that their teams have vision in place. Like, I know Caridian's not even playing, so like, why am I glazing him right now? But watching that man's game,
I'll
he
take
does
it.
such a good job controlling vision around
I
like,
agree.
the map, but like especially the bot side. Like it's pretty oppressive to play against.
I love Crudian. Shout out to my support.
Good dude. Yeah, I don't enjoy that. But we do see a play being made topside. Years does still have the slice and dice. Managed to push it through. Pillar comes up from J-Bob as he will hit the ult. Years immediately ults after. They will be going for the dive here. Flashes away from Rel's jump in, but will succumb to the fear of death. Hey, look at that.
Wait.
Oh, J-Bob. Oh, J-Bob. Eager to get away, not quite enough. Speedy does immediately flip Lyle on the jump, and they're looking to maybe try to get something done here. Seeing him up pretty well. He's dropping pretty low. One more, and he will fall. Sauce with his second shutdown. They're not done yet. Speedy jumps in, hits the ult. Lost in the Sauce, trying to get on him. Calvert drops the ult down. Will be the big one. Knocks him up, but not before Sauce gets the flip. This is the Sauce show, everybody. Lyle Wall 2 lost in the Sauce 4-1 on the mid lane. Urgot, you love to see it as Bloodbath and Beyond is getting 1v1 by the support in the mid lane. Does flash in, doesn't matter. Heal, flash, turret shot, one more Q, knocks him down, and that is Tom Kench for you, everybody.
And, you know.
Oh, Abarn gets a kill on Chuck in the bot lane. Sorry, I missed that. I was looking at my phone, I'll be honest with you.
Oh, wait.
Sauce overstayed, tries to get the stuns. Years just, I was gonna say, Years is actually out of things there. Slice and Dice is like a 12-second cooldown at this point in the game.
Spurg's looking.
But Spurg do be looking. Honestly, I feel like if they dive,
they could dive it. They're tanky enough.
Yeah. Sauce is gonna shield up and the flip. He tries Years might. One more turret shot.
No.
Oh, just barely gets out, and the double kill does go through. Really has a play by Spurg. Well done there to pick up the kills. And
see, you see what I mean, though?
Walks into this lane, doesn't he die too?
Oh, what?
Guys! What are we doing here?
What is this game?
I guess Tony is like, I mean, if J-Bob can do it,
yeah, the top turrets are too strong this game. That's what I'm learning.
Yeah, nerf top lane turrets specifically. I agree. You think Spurg kills Blood again? I bet he does.
Yeah, I mean, it'll happen.
He flashes forward. Blood trying to stack his ult. One more and he will be S rank. Gonna pop it off, get a little bit of life steal off of the wave. The TP is gonna come in. Scrap. Oh, Sauce is gonna focus in on the Spurg here, but he is 3v1. I don't think he's fed enough for that, my guy.
This team's coming. Oh no, they're sacrificing.
But not nearly fast enough. Yeah, I was gonna say. I like the TP play, but once your ADC is out, then you gotta
back up.
Let that one go.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever. Shout out my boy Sauce. 5-3 on the Urgot.
I support that.
Yeah, you know what else is fun though?
What?
Spurg being 3-1 on the Tom Kench.
A pause.
A pause comes through from the players. Lost in the Sauce has left the game. We'll see if we can get a quick chrono break to see what exactly happened. No, I'm just kidding. We obviously don't have access to those tools.
Call up Verd.
Oh, because he's old?
No, he's pretty Zillion.
Yeah, I know. I just don't like Verd, so I was insulting him.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, so state of the game. Let's see. Feats have been picked up by the side of H&T. Makes sense when you lock them down so fast. We are back in the game here as we see Years.
What even happened?
Dicing and dicing. It doesn't matter. It's going to pause again here in a second to let everything catch back up. So we're going to have time to talk about it. And we'll sit on this for about a minute before it catches back in. Drake is spawned. We do notably have objective bounties for the side of GRE on the board. That'll happen when you're down 6k gold 16 minutes into the game. I think Sauce just DC'd for a moment. He's back now, though, everyone. Don't worry. And we are back in action. H&T gathering around the Drake, looking to pick up their second as we are on the Earth Rift once again for this second game of our series. J-Bob's hanging around directly on Vision. They will spot off the ward here. Lyle Wall's Q does miss over the wall, sorry. But man, Spurg is so tanky. The dude is just stacking HP right now quite effectively. J-Bob walking in, gonna try to get that last turn. Does get over the wall, but brings the Renekton with him. Not what you want to see. J-Bob ults for a little bit more stats. On the backside, though, they're taking so long to kill Spurg. Speedy does get off one last stun before he drops. Actually, I was wrong. Speedy's the one person who didn't die yet. He will here, though. Oh, the flash in from Lyle Walt with the smite. Flash out from Speedy. Manages to survive. Interesting play. Let it happen. Abarn looking to once again face his top lane opponent. Triggers the Phrase Rush. Hits the Rune Prison. Nothing much else to happen. Once again, pretty quiet early game from Chuck. The man's kind of just been sitting bot and farming as Lilewald goes back to the Dragon. Will pick that up without much of a problem, I would imagine. As, yeah, the carries are still kind of dead from the side of GRE.
That's what I like to call Siver duty. That's all you do. Push the waves, farm, exist.
That's fun.
No, it's really not. That's why it's called getting put on Siver duty.
You think Chuck was put on Silver Duty, or you think he put himself there?
I think both. Like he was forced to, but at the same time he was like,
I mean, historically, he does make stupid decisions, so who knows?
well, he just has to exist.
Yeah, does he? In
Well,
this game, I guess.
yes.
In
Yes.
this game.
In this game.
Okay, let's see. Where are we at now? 7, still six and a bit gold lead for the side of...
Ooh, wait, what's going on bot lane?
Home. Bot lane looks like they're setting up a bit of an ambush for
Oh,
Be nice
no.
to him. He's a father. He has a family. What is this? This is ridiculous. As HNT overloads bot side, Years picking up the kill onto Sauce. Hot start from our boy, but dropping to 5-5 in this game. Meanwhile, in response to the overload, Rise is able to pick up the bounty on the top side, worth a bit of gold. And
Wait.
if they
Oh,
get here,
no.
K-Bob is going to be, yeah, I mean, the entire team is going to be caught out. Rise does ult in here, looking to get some damage, does a lot onto Caliber, but in return gets beat by that breath. Siver in the middle, trying to find him, does barely manage to rise ult out. One more auto would have done it. Speedy going to remount, try to dash out, but getting sucked in by Calvert as his champion continues to scale the gravity well. Pulling GRE down.
Well,
good fight for the side of HNT.
Oh!
Flash forward from Sauce, looking to get the kill. A little bit of a late
No!
start, but the ult goes wide. Sauce, he was right there. Will not be able to secure the kill, but you know what? Style points.
yeah, true.
For getting the flash out of Siver. Still had barrier, so maybe would have lived. Who knows? J-Bob about to walk straight into Spurs, who's like one level down, and I don't know. J-Bob even win this?
No,
Not when
no.
everyone else is here. For sure. Gonna immediately drop the release in the Renekton. Speedy and Sauce do stuff to try to save him, but again, this is one of those games that feels really bad to play from the side of a team in a position like GRE is, because it feels like all you can do is react, right? And it always feels like you're reacting late. So how do you refocus, take advantage of the game, and stop from like responding to plays that are bad and making them worse, and instead like figure out how to be proactive on your own?
You have to stop random fighting.
Okay.
I would say that.
Now you gotta be more specific. It's not like J-Bob is looking.
Well, it's because like, if they just like face in a 4v4 situation. Wait. Yeah, I was gonna say if you
for a while there.
yeah, if you just fight in a 4v4 situation right now, you're not gonna win, right? They're ahead of you in items, just straight off the bat. So each time you fight, you're just gonna keep losing. So the only thing you can do is like, you have to try to get resources elsewhere, whether that be through the waves or the jungle camps, and hopefully either A, you get a pick on somebody because someone made a mistake in like where they stepped or whatever,
Well, I'll just
or they overextended.
right after watching Cowboy take them. That's pretty funny. Sorry, TC, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just want to call.
No,
it
you're
out,
good. That was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. He was in the zone.
but he was just clearing an autopilot there.
Off is just like really okay. Good, he's backing. I was gonna say if he kept going.
Yeah, definitely can't push that far forward. Still have bounties up. Speedy trying to walk in his own jungle, but seeing what we've seen a few times this game, which is Spur just beating the crap out of him. They do have the team collapsing. Only 2 people in the area. Siver and Leeson coming down quick, so they do back off that fight because the map is pretty blind for them. They have three wards out on the map at the moment. None of them pushed past like tier 2 turrets.
Yeah.
Rough spot to be in.
Okay, I like this. They're going for something bot side.
Yep, they're definitely doing that. Sauce buying a lot of time. They're honestly doing well against the Renekton.
It's good. Okay, this is a good pick.
They pick up the kill. Get this shutdown onto Sauce. My man is back in the game. 6-6-2. In return, I'm assuming, picked up the Rift Arrow. Did they ever get the Rift Arrow? Did that despawn? Crazy.
I'm not even sure. There's just been so much.
Yeah, no, there's
So much
been a lot going on.
carnage.
I'd be yapping out here. Yeah, so good play bot lane. Dragon is spawning. This will be soul point here in 8 seconds. Sorry, it'll put them on to soul point for third Drake to the side of HMT if they manage to pick it up. Close to that Mountain Soul, which is going to make it harder for them to kill. Pretty quiet game so far from Bloodbath and beyond the fact that he got like solo killed twice by Spurg. I guess once, but like I'm gonna call it twice because Spurg totally didn't want to fight.
I just feel like if they want to fight, they gotta do it now before Renekton like respawns and he just TPs.
I mean, now would be the time, but Urgot is stuck in the top lane. Really good ult from Speedy in there. The amount of CC is massive. Blood almost has an ult stacked up. A-Barn poured onto the bot side. The ult goes in. Shutdown goes on to Sivir. They're focusing on the Lee Sin. He flashes out. Blood flashes to follow. Oh, he's looking for a return. Blood is going to die instantly when he jumps back in. Yep, Lyle does manage to re-engage the fight. Years TP's in. Finishes up the kill. Report from Urgot so late. He's going to try to kite out and buy some time. Ace
Penta?
Staying in the top lane. Chilling. Will this be the Penta?
Oh, it is.
Penta kill from Lyle Walt on the Lee Sin. The Blind Monk knocks down all 5 members of Golden Retriever Energy. Meanwhile, Calbert continuing the push on the top side with the Grubs. Advantageous in that regard, and they will get everything they want. I agree that is the fight that you need to look for, but I don't know if they get a better engage in that. I mean, you had the 3-man.
They just took too long. They took too long.
They took a little bit too long.
Yeah.
I guess that's what it is.
They needed to pull the trigger faster because like
right idea.
Renekton was spawning
right
TP.
Idea.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
It is, and as I said, Asol wasn't even in that fight. He had the big one too. If he would have dropped that ult, I think that fight would have gone a little bit differently, but not something we're ever going to know about because it didn't happen.
True.
J-Bob trying to pick up a minion anywhere he can here. Baron itself going to spawn on the map in the next 15 seconds. In 5 minutes, we'll see the Soul as well, but we'll see what H&T is able to accomplish in that time frame before it happens. If the side of GRE, as you said, pick up gold where you can, push out your waves, pick up your jungle camps, make sure that you have a little bit of space to breathe, maybe push through the jungles together to buy back some vision, and let's not see a repeat of what happened last time, where people get picked out by themselves trying to find sections. Great.
Oh my gosh, Topcatch is just so tanky.
Under turret, takes a couple of turret shots there, but still chilling with that gray health. Calvert, again, sitting on the big ultimate. Does that like cycle every like couple ults, or is it just a time frame? I don't actually know how that works. I just know that one of them hurts more than others.
You have to gather enough Stardust, and that transforms it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Blood goes in for the ult. Chuck does spell shield, Speedy's engaged, does not get the flip off, does get the stun to return.
Oh!
Flash forward from Sauce, misses the Sivir, going on to Spurge, so much HP, will die, gets eaten up by the machine. A-Barn, meanwhile, actually didn't even rise port, sorry, teleported onto the top side. They're looking to port onto the Baron. This might be the fight that GRE needs. They do get the Rune Prison onto, but there is that massive ult. Blood drops into the A-Barn in a 1v1 against the Fed Lee Sin. Flashes out of the way, Renekton on the backside, flash W's onto A-Barn, slices back in, dives. Lyle kiting this fight out so well, managed to come back in and secure the double kill onto Urgot. Meanwhile, the Baron never G-aggroed, so they will be able to finish that off here. Pick up, once again, the team fight win with the ace, despite the bot lane from the side of HNT falling, what was that, like 30 seconds ago to the mid lane turret. Years all the way over, tanking the turret. Who even cares? This Renekton sitting at 2.5 items with the tier 3 boots. Level 17, 26 minutes in the game is pretty massive. The TP coming in as well, going to join this mid lane push as Calbert joins the fray once again. Lyle getting the waves prepped for them to look topside. They're trying to just pull this base apart right now. This might have been an Oh, Speedy misses the Q. Calbert able to just fly on out of there. Honestly, the level differentials are the biggest thing I'm looking at right now. Calbert's level 17, the sauce is rough, but they're going to the topside play. Lyle taking out Speed as he dives on. J-Bob looking to get any damage he can off, but Lyle W's out of the fight. The Asol doing just so much damage. He scaled up, bleeding everything down. Sauce unable to get on top. The ult comes down from Asol. Abarn doing his best to kite any damage he can. Goes golden in the middle, but that is likely going to be all she wrote as the third ace of the game comes through, and they will march forward. HNT, historically non-toxic, although some of their players definitely are, manages to pull off the 2-0 victory over GRE, remaining undefeated in this season of TCL thus far as we head into what will now be week 5. What an ending. Came at us quick there as GRE was looking for any fight they could, but HNT just able to respond too quickly.
Yeah. I'm glad they did try though. I just feel like
Absolutely, yeah.
at a
You don't
certain
leave that
point
out.
you just have to go for it.
Yeah, so we're absolutely giving MVP to Lyle Walt, right? I mean, you got a
Yeah,
pentakill.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay, cool.
And
Lyle, I'm
he was
dragging you.
great in game 1 too. I mean, he was literally like unkillable.
Lyle Walt, welcome to the caster booth.
Hello.
How you feeling?
Good. It was nice to get a pentakill.
Yeah?
My team graciously did not try to steal it from me.
Did they explicitly leave it for you? Were you yelling at them?
I got the first 4, and then we all called to give me the last one.
Okay, well, I'm glad your team was able to gift you that little thing. Tell me about game 1. What was the thought going into draft there and the lack of any ban?
We were really feeling our pride in Pride Month, and so we all locked in
Oh.
champions except for Tony, who was trolling. We all locked in champions that had rainbow chromas, and we all used rainbow chromas. So, and we also just decided to ban no champions. I can't tell you why we did that.
You can't or you won't?
I don't know why.
Okay.
Couldn't.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, talk to me about the game then. Talk to me about the Mordekaiser game. You seemed pretty unkillable on the Rift out there.
So, yeah, I had no lanes I could gank because we mispicked Cassio in the redraft. We meant to ban Cassio and we said locked it and decided to just run the draft because Abarn was the enemy team and would probably given us more ban losses. So we just ran the draft and yeah. Then I basically just had to perma farm, so I just farmed all of J-Bob and my farm. And yeah.
Okay, yeah, and I mean it led to a pretty convincing win. Despite, I mean, Jerry definitely showed quite a bit of spunk in that first game, fighting forward, managing to pick up those early objectives. But you all, I'd say, deathballed pretty well and pulled it together. Stopped getting picked off quite as much and pulled out a pretty convincing win game 1. But game 2, that's where the dominance really took over. Lee Sin picked up the pentakill, and honestly, just the first blood in the Trundle, you kind of made J-Bob's life hell that game.
Yeah, I wasn't. He walked to Scuttle at level 3, so I just had a level lead on him. And then I was gonna run away, and Tony told me to fight it, so I just went ape mode, and then he died, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, that definitely is what happened. Any other thoughts from game 2?
No, not really.
Okay. Thank you. Much appreciated.
You're welcome.
Rioklu, you got any questions for Lyle?
Who? Okay, so obviously, well, I guess it doesn't matter if we lose to Waj's team. No, I feel like you're still first no matter what, right? I mean, who are you up against next?
We're against Goon. The only
so you also have to play them.
Yeah, the only way is if they beat us and they beat you, then they would be the first seed.
I see. Well,
because we will be 4-1.
So, are you trying to go for a perfect run then? Into playoffs?
We'd like to, yeah.
What are they going to do? Lose on purpose? Come on. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, we were debating it for the channel points in game 2.
Oh my gosh.
Was it the channel points, or do you just want me to take my shirt off? Let's be honest.
Huh?
Let me pay out that poll, by the way. But yeah, any other questions for our man here?
I know. Great game.
Thank you.
Both games.
Yeah, well played. Always fun to see somebody silent on Lee Sin on the Rift. Really well played, and yeah, congrats to you and your entire team on a very clean season thus far.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Rioklu, we just wrapped up week 4 of TCL. Brief chat about the standings. HNT definitely on top of the leaderboards. GRE struggling to find their footing as we approach the end of the season. Any last thoughts for our viewers at home?
I'm very interested how the HNT versus Get Off Our Nexus team will go. I refuse to say that word, by the way. I refuse.
That's
so
fair. They're disgusting.
yeah,
I agree.
yeah. So I'm just really interested in how that will go. I mean, obviously, it seems like
really fun matchup to look forward to.
Yeah, it seems like the standings would more so depend on mine versus Get Off Our Nexus, my team's game. But yeah, I mean, excited, and there's no clear per se. I guess it's not just like when Go Mega just like made a straight run for first. I guess so. It's still interesting to see what will happen, and I think even if H&T get first before playoffs, I still think like there's a possibility other teams could rise to the top. So
anything can happen. This is TCL. Literally anything. We've seen crazier things, but I think we'll call that a wrap on tonight. One last shout out for Hippogriff on production. Rioklu, thank you so much for joining me on the cast, and thank you to everybody at home who has tuned in to watch this exciting conclusion to Week 4 with us. Stay tuned next week for more TCL action. I believe we're picking up on Sunday with, I literally have no idea which matchup. Message Bully if you're curious for specifics. He is the scheduling guru this go around. Shout out to him as well for picking up A-Barn's slack. He's too busy, not whipping his team into shape, so not sure what he's up to. But I am Rudy. Thank you, Rioklu, for joining me on the desk. Have a great night, everybody.
Goodbye.